Hey guys, Danny here. Okay, so it is Sunday night, and I am been wanting to do this video for the last week, and I thought that I had to have a document. Like, there's a piece of paper that I wanted to have with me so I can read through it, but I haven't been able to find it. It's 20 years old, and if I call the police department, when I talked to the police department, they said it's going to take about 30 days for them to even send me a copy of this document. And I was like, you know what? I don't have time for that because we go to court tomorrow. Um, when I say we, I mean, the world goes to court tomorrow. Um, but I wanted to talk about, because this has been bothering me, watching, and I'm not trying to get on an algorithm. I'm not trying to get in, like, on the bandwagon here. I'm very in tune with, obviously, like, with the case right now, and I, like the rest of the world, and I know that a lot of people have come to light in regards to DV and SA, and there's so many other things, and people have their own opinions, and that's what this whole thing is the court of public opinion. And I am not afraid to say that I'm Team Johnny all the way. Exactly, like justice for Johnny, Team Johnny, 100% of the way. I don't know if YouTube really likes people saying that, but I don't really care. And it's not because of his acting. It's not because, well, it is like part of it, but it's not just because of that. It's obviously not because I know him personally. It's because I don't like liars. I really don't. I have no use for liars. I think that they are fucking bullshit. I can't lie to save my life. I don't like people that lie to, like, push themselves ahead and then bring people down at the same time. I fucking can't stand that. I cannot stand that. And especially when it comes to SA or DV, I fucking hate it. And when I'm swearing a lot, because I myself am a recipient. I'm not calling myself a victim, but this happened 20 years ago. And I realized, actually, there was another incident beforehand I didn't realize was the same situation, but just 2 years earlier. 20 years ago, I was 18. I was in a situation where I thought that I was in the company of somebody that everyone trusted, and I found myself in a situation where I was having dinner with this person, again 18, this person that I was working with, and everyone in the office vouched for him. Everyone in the office trusted him. Everyone in the office said, "Go for it, great guy. Like, he's a great supervisor. He's gonna really welcome you into the company." All this kind of stuff. And me being young and vulnerable and all that kind of jazz, I'm like, okay, I'm 18, I'm a kid, why not? I'll trust everybody. So anyway, I found myself in a situation where, and I don't talk about it a lot, or ever, really, because it doesn't define me. It is something that stays with you, but it doesn't define me. However, in the light of all of this bullshit testimony crap, like bullshit testimony crap, I'm just like, you gotta be kidding. You gotta be kidding. Like, gotta be kidding me. I was date raped, date rape, whatever you want to call it. I was drugged, and I it may look like I'm just like talking about it like it was nothing, but it's not that. It's just, it's not something that defines me. It's something that happened. It's something that I learned from. It's something that I used to be very angry about. It's something that has pushed into my relationships for sure, nonstop, and it'll always be there because there's always going to be sort of like a mistrust in myself, a mistrust in my partner, and not understand, like, 'cause there's always going to be like a really deep calculation of what is happening in the situation, no matter if I'm with a loving partner, or not. But anyway, the situation was, I went to the bathroom, I came back, and there was a cab at some point, but I don't remember anything else. Like, it was done. Like, it was boom, 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 done. Like, I just went to the bathroom, came back, maybe there was a cab, and that was it. And then I don't remember anything until I was able to sort of wake up. My limbs, my entire body, my limbs were heavy. Like, I could not lift them up. I barely could concentrate or focus on anything that was happening, or I couldn't really understand what was happening around me or look at anything that was happening around me. I do remember his fingers and his hands underneath my underwear, moving it around and touching me inappropriately, and I couldn't move. I couldn't scream out. I couldn't do anything. And again, I was 18, and he was giant of a man. A giant of a man. And I don't remember anything else that happened. I told myself I wasn't going to get upset about it, but I don't remember too much of the dialogue except for when I was able to finally come to, because I was kind of in and out. As soon as I felt that, I was kind of in and out because I thought I was dreaming. When it was done, like when I was able to wake up and be conscious and physically move again, my first response was to say, what happened? Like to ask what happened or where are we or whatnot. And we were in his house or in his condo apartment. It was like a really rundown place. It wasn't like awesome. The only thing of not value, but the only thing that really stuck with me in that whole, other than the feeling and the understanding of what he was doing, and I don't know anything else that happened. I couldn't feel anything else that happened. I have no idea. I was literally out. I was done. I'm sorry. It's hard for me to get a date. When people look at me, they see the John Goodman. They do not see the Brad Pitt. That was the end of it for me. Like those were the words that cemented my memory of what was happening. And obviously it ruined my whole John Goodman for acting. Like I couldn't watch anything with him in it again. That's a trigger now. But I remember getting out of there. I didn't run out of there. I was very casual about it. I was very like blasé. Okay, well, I'm like, well, thanks, I gotta go type of scenario just to get myself the fuck out of there. And I remember calling a cab. I was living with my brother and my sister at the time. My mom had passed away earlier that year or the year before that. Honestly, I can't remember if it was 18 or 19. I called a friend the next day because I had to go to work. I called a friend that worked in the building, told him about it. Like we met in a parking lot in like the parking garage for the building. We talked and he said, you need to call the police. And it was one of his friends. And he's like, I don't understand what happened. You need to call the police. I called the police. I wasn't able because I already had a shower. When I called the police, it said, okay, well, you cannot get a rape kit because like there's no point in getting a rape kit because you'd already washed all the evidence. If there was anything, you would have already washed all the evidence away. And again, being 18, I didn't know any better. I really didn't know any better. I wanted to just kind of wash it off, but I felt really awful. So I talked to a friend before I called the police. And then I was able to call the police. I made a report. But I wasn't able to make the report until later. When I went to the office, I was shaking because I knew that he was coming up for work that day, for work at it was like 3 o'clock shift. I was shaking like a son of a bitch. And my friend sitting next to me, like he noticed I was shaking all over the place and he's like, okay, let's go to the hallway. Like, what the hell's wrong with you? Took me to the stairway. And I told him what happened. He said, stay here. He went to talk to a supervisor. And that supervisor brought the gentleman in to like a private room, and he asked him to go home. He's like, nope, you gotta go home. And then I was able to go in and tell my story, tell what happened, and then he was actually fired, and he was put on suspension, I believe, and then he was fired later. It doesn't really matter. He was removed from the building. I was able to work, but it took me a while to get back into it, but it doesn't matter. The point is, everyone who loved him, everyone who was friends with him, they ostracized me because I was a new girl, and I totally blackballed his friends or their friends. And I told the truth, and I wasn't afraid to tell the truth. I wasn't afraid to be in that position. And I was ostracized for that. I was alienated for that. I was called a slimeball for that. And I really hated it, but at the same time, I'm like, you know what? I don't care. I told the truth. And I told the truth to what I knew, and I was able to, I made the police report. It's on file. It's a criminal charge. He was charged with it. And he accepted it. He accepted the charge. He accepted the termination from work. And you know what? You know what that tells me? Everything I knew to be true was true. He didn't fight it. He just accepted it. So it's like, hello. And I was ostracized for that. And the thing is, you know how when you're working with somebody or working with people, and you're like, I was dating someone at the time, and everyone is friends with everybody. So over years, I knew it was like, I kind of knew what was going on with certain things. Like, you kind of hear things from other people. But I found out that one of the people that hated me for, the main person that hated me for telling the truth, for speaking up, it happened, she was friends with this person, and he did the same thing to her. He did the same thing to her. And I feel for that, but I'm also angry. Because if she just believed me, it wouldn't have happened. She wouldn't have put herself in that situation if she just believed me. But anyway, so like 10 years later, she messaged me on social media and said something along the lines of, now that you and I are, like, you and I have something in common because we experienced the same thing. And I just said, no, we didn't. We didn't experience the same thing. I experienced something, and you fucking kiboshed me for that, and you called me a liar and all the things, and then it happened to you. That's not you and I sharing something. We did not share the same experience, and I hated her for that. But anyway, the point is, telling the truth, no matter who believes you or not, is the most important thing. And it's, no matter what position you're in, male or female, young or old, like new person or veteran or whatever situation you're in, if something happens, like if you're brave enough, I hope you are brave enough. I really do. I hope, and I know that there are complete 100% situations where telling the truth may get you in more trouble. Telling the truth may get you in more dire straits. I understand that. I'm not discounting that at all. And this is just my experience. And I do applaud those who fight and who can fight. And if you can get help, please absolutely 100% get help. I'm here to help. I'm here to support. And I totally feel for those who feel like they're trapped. I do hope that, we are, I'm hoping that we all we root for each other. We're there for each other. And I don't discount anybody. And I know that my situation is very minor compared to, like, it's my situation, it's my experience, but I know that it's minor to what is out there, what can be out there. And I hope that if you are in a situation where you can tell the truth and be safe doing so, please do. And I don't like it when people lie about it, or people say, like, if something happened, like, when people lie about it, or they omit information because they're afraid, or they're afraid of what people will say about them. Who cares? Tell the truth about what happened. Tell the truth, to set your own soul free, to protect yourself. And it's, again, I'm talking about my situation only. Like, I'm not telling anyone what to do. I'm just saying, like, it's okay to tell the truth. It really is. And you shouldn't be afraid to tell the truth. You shouldn't be ashamed to tell the truth. And I don't think anyone should be kiboshed for telling the truth. So when people lie about it, aka when I'm sitting, watching, or listening to Amber Heard and her ridiculous testimony, I'm not saying that things that she has said or experienced are not true. I'm like, I totally believe there are certain things of her testimony I completely believe. Like, I totally believe she was in love with Jenny. I totally believe that they were toxic to each other. I totally believe that, like, the way they talked to each other was awful, and like how they talked to each other was awful. I also believe that they both were in love with each other in the beginning. I also believe that they were, like, there was I obviously believe her childhood stories. I believe, like, she was having struggles with her career. I believe there may have been, like, some feelings of controlling issues and whatnot. We all have those. I believe that she believed that she was an independent woman. I believe that she believed certain things. However, like, there's so many inconsistencies and consistencies in her timeline, consistencies in her story, and inconsistencies with timeline and her story, and contradictions in her testimony that I'm just kind of like, what? Like, because you don't, like, I have no idea where the fucking time we are. So like for 2 days, her testimony was pissing me off because I knew that she was lying. I know that you're lying. And it's like, there's no need for lying. There's no need for, like, this whole thing was fucking, there's no need for it at all. So I'm pissed off because you ruined someone's life. You ruined your own life. You tainted people's, like, everybody, like, everyone that you're around, everyone that's situated with this whole scenario, they are affected by it because of your fucking bullshit. And I'm just like, again, it's just awful, and it's gross, and it's offensive. It is offensive. I get just, and like the fact that you can't even back up your alleged assault, horrific alleged assault, with photographic evidence. You cannot back it up, and it's annoying. It is a fucking annoying because you're looking at the photos going, what? I'm sorry, what? I'm seeing nothing. I'm seeing no black eyes. I'm seeing no broken nose. I'm seeing basically let you look sleep deprived. That's what I'm seeing. Or a bad makeup job, bad lighting. Why the fuck are you always on a goddamn angle with the pictures that you're taking of the wall or the mirrors or whatever? There's no pictures of you. And why is everything like, her testimony is, and again, this is all my opinion, guys, my opinion. I'm part of the public. This is my opinion. There's so many situations, like whenever she talks or whenever, like there's part of the testimony where it says sometime after, this pic was sometime after, alleged this, or I don't remember this, I have some sort of memory of this, blah, blah, blah. Like, it's so, like, just, what do you remember? What do you know? Like, make it make sense. Like, I don't understand. And it's always like, you're making it like that Johnny's coming at you like a fucking cage fighter every fucking 2 seconds. Like, seriously? Like, he's just coming at you like a fucking, like, rabid dog. Like, he just wants to fucking kill you every single time. And I'm sorry. My friend hit me, like, we were having a wrestling match or whatever, for my birthday, we were having a wrestling match, and she shoved me a little bit harder than expected. She shoved me, the back of my head hit the brick mantle, and I dropped. It was a small hit, but she hit me right in the right spot. I dropped. I had a slight concussion. I had a bruised head, swollen back of my head. It was bruised and bleeding. And you're telling me he's coming at you, or you're telling the public that he's coming at you and fucking pounding the crap out of your head and your back and your front and whatever with all of these rings on, and you're hitting your head on the back of a low-lying brick wall of some sort, and your face is being hit, like, all over the fucking place. Your hair is being pulled out of your head, and you're living to tell the tale. You know what I mean? Like, you're awake to tell the tale. Nothing else is wrong. Like, it doesn't make fucking sense to me, and it pisses me off because it's almost like you're making it up as you go along, and it's annoying. It's annoying. So shut the fuck up and just tell the fucking truth. What happened?